may or may not have came unplugged. That's fantastic, honestly. That's about what I expected. So we'll try this again. As I've been away, Jurgens Myers went up to P3. Let me get all my stuff situated here. And as the timing has been cut down a bunch, Hunter Smith is about a second off the pace, unfortunately, now. Same with Darius McGill, as Hunter improves by about 2/10. Not going to really put him anywhere near the front still. So I'm going to send a link back to chats again. There's two people still on laps. Oh, well, make that one person still on a lap. Because we've already had a comment. I gotta unfortunately reload the stream now. Hopefully this is the one. See what the comment is. I'm assuming it's Jamie. No, my storage device came unplugged, you buffoon. God. Alright, anyway. Darius McGill, let's see how much he is up through Sector 2. Goes in the grass a little bit, trying to get back to the left-hand side. Thanks, Jake, for starting that party and blocking my screen. 3/10 up, that would put him ahead of Hunter Smith, but no further. I hate you. As long as he keeps it clean through this final corner, he'll go up to P4. Still a solid starting position from Darius McGill, hoping to improve from last week where he did unfortunately wreck on the first lap. Yep, Darius McGill up to P4. As we'll wait for Hunter Smith to take his time getting back to the pit lane. As I think he's also out of fuel. Yeah, so I guess I'll start the rundown through the starting order. I can't really go on board with them, but Matthew Stotts will start on pole by about 12 1/1000ths over Ethan Fonseca, looking to put up a bigger battle this week than last week. Ethan Fonseca, obviously P2, our defending winner of the series. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, P3, solid effort from him, hoping to land on the podium again. Darius McGill, another P4, or another good starting position. Hopefully he'll back it up this week. Starts P4. Hunter Smith, first race back from vacation, will start P5. Jake Scarborough, who wasn't planning on really racing this, starts P6. Happy for him. Andrew Davis, P7. Okay, very solid effort. And everybody after Andrew Davis is really tight together, honestly. Fidel Fabian, P8. Gabe Cazzola, P9. Julian Lozano qualifies ahead of Tim and Donald in P10, surprising, as Tim Olson, first race of the season for him, will start P11. And Donald Stern, making his debut on the season, will start P12, rear of the field. So hopefully we'll advance fairly quickly, because I've already done the rundown. It's not very nice, Buick. Who is my pick? That's a great question. As a commentator, I don't think I should be biased, Jamie. I just hope everybody has fun. How about you? Who's your pick, Jamie? Who's your pick? No, it takes a second to register, I'm assuming. Be quiet, Jamie. I don't want to hear it. And I'm 97% sure that we don't have a formation lap, so hopefully my HUD settings saved. Jesus, I was trying to find the word. So I don't have to reset that before the red lights. I'm assuming Buick's pick is Hunter, so I'll just write that down. Jamie Wright has picked Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. No, already trying to bribe him away from me. Jamie, I'm gonna ban you from my channel if you don't stop talking. Oh, Slowly waiting. You pick Ethan? Are you sure you don't pick Hunter? Are you sure? 100% sure. So here we go. Alright. See red lights 3, 4, 5, and we are underway at the Imola Grand Prix. Julian Lozano has a drive-through penalty as Ethan Fonseca gets a huge start. Matthew Stotts runs Jurg off the road. We've got wheelbake. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer around in front of the field. Jurg gets put into the dirt. A Williams off the road. That's Julian Lozano. Andrew Davis has a 5-second time penalty for collision with Hunter Smith as Jake Scarborough in P4. I'm sure we have a safety car here. I can't really tell. It's just that, yeah, VSC. Matthew Stotts with a terrible start pushed Jonathan Jurgensmeyer into the dirt. Sure, that wasn't his intention, but that sure is what happened. It's not a great start from Matthew Stotts. Unfortunately, it involves Jonathan Jurgensmeyer now being at the rear of the field with no wing. Gonna have to pit this lap and try and come back from that. Tim Olson up to P8. Good start from him as he lagged through a Red Bull. That's Braden Sisko who joined the lobby. Okay, I missed that. Braden Sisko has joined at some part. He started rear of the field. Happy for Braden. He had a solid effort in Bahrain before some things went wrong for him. He's up to P8 already, so he started last in up 5 position. Good for him. Hunter Smith, not a great start considering he got passed by someone and also passed someone, so he just kind of stayed in 5th the entire time. Jamie Wright, distraught in the chat as we are back under green. Ethan Fonseca leads the first lap. Darius McGill on the soft tires, one of 2 people to be on that tires. He'll take the lead away from Ethan Fonseca as they go wheel to wheel into turn 1. He'll clear Ethan Fonseca. Hunter Smith got attacked from Fidel Fabian. He'll stay in front. As the top 3 under a blanket, Ethan Fonseca tries to look inside, not even close. He'll stay behind. Followed Darius McGill through here. Got a little bit wide. Matthew Stotts is going to try and take advantage around the outside through the hairpin. Hanging on the outside. Ethan covers him off. Slots back in line. Top 4 under a second here. All over each other. As Darius McGill trying to pull away as Matthew Stotts tries to pressure Ethan Fonseca into a mistake as Ethan goes a little wide again. Double right-hander. See if Stotts can get a better run. Maybe try and get alongside of him. No, Ethan has a solid enough exit through that corner. Down to the chicane. A little bit sideways there, it looked like, from Ethan. Nothing too big. As Hunter Smith has lost track of this top 4. So they have just straight up pulled away. Jake Scarborough trying to stay in touch. These top 3 seem to have crazy pace compared to the rest of the field. We'll see. Darius McGill on the button a little bit. Ethan still has not used it. Just kind of going to try and slipstream up to Darius as he finally gets on it. Fortunately, I think Darius did end up using some at the end of the straight. So I think we had more than one pit stop there. Yeah, Andrew Davis also made a pit stop. Donald Stern, I'm assuming, did too because he no longer has a penalty. Jamie, shut up. Yeah, so about 4 pit stops it looked like happened. Julian Lozano, I doubt he just lost all that time as Ethan Fonseca right back up to the gearbox of Darius McGill trying to find any way by. So we're down in the fast left-hander. Just following along. They've kind of checked out on Jake Scarborough. He's lost track of these top 3. Matthew Stotts just kind of chilling in P3, not really trying to make any moves. Serve his tires, hopefully undercut or overcut. I'm not sure what the strategy will be for him. He can really take either out. He's fast enough to do either. As Ethan Fonseca is all over the back of Darius McGill. We'll see if he tries to move into the penultimate corner. No, he will not. His DRS has been enabled, so he'll be able to use it. Yep, there it is. He'll easily get by him. Darius on the button won't matter. Matthew Stotts also has DRS. We'll see if he can get by Darius McGill. Ethan Fonseca going to try and go around the outside here. They're going to be wheel-to-wheel into turn 1. Ethan going to go a little bit wide all over the sausage curbs. Darius cuts back outside. Going to be side-by-side into turn 3. And Darius is going to be able to go around the outside. He'll clear Ethan Fonseca, who crosses him back over around the outside. Jake Scarborough is caught back up to this battle, past Matthew Stotts. Darius McGill going to push Ethan Fonseca onto the curb. Ethan's going to have to relent that position, stays back in P2. Jake Scarborough all the way back up to P3 after thinking I was out. We had a little bit of an incident. I'm not sure who went around there. But Braden Sisko up to P5. I think it might have been Hunter Smith. Darius McGill, meanwhile, goes wide. Lets Ethan back to the inside. They're going to be side by side through this next corner. Darius going to have to give up that position. Maybe cut back under him. Not enough of a run. Don't say Ethan. Leave me alone. As Darius going to use the slipstream. Maybe try and go up the inside here. Will he send a dive? No, he will not. He'll stay behind. Top 3 under a blanket. Same. Even top 4 even. Matthew Stotts is still here. Just kind of minding his own business. Oh, Darius McGill got really loose off that corner. Going to lose a position to Jake Scarborough and possibly Matthew Stotts. Jake Scarborough has used up all of his ERS. Nothing left. As now Darius going to make a run back under him. Going to be side by side coming through the turn 1. He's going to easily clear. Not even a challenge on those soft tires. As now this has helped Ethan check out. 7/10 clear. Darius is going to have to run him back down if they don't want Ethan to run away with this. Top 2nd through 4th under a blanket. If they aren't careful, Braden Sisko might come up here and try and steal a podium slot away. He's got massive pace through these first 5 laps. Really great pace from Braden Sisko. As I was about to say, Donald Stern has made a pass into the points, passes Julian Lozano. As he's had some unfortunate things go his way, Julian makes the pass back. Fortunately, for 2nd through 4th, Ethan Fonseca is pulled out of DRS. Darius McGill doesn't look like these soft tires are helping him at all. 2nd and 3rd, both no ERS remaining. Matthew Stotts has massive. He needs to get by these two and try and make a run now, or else he's not going to have a chance at this race, just like last week. So he'll get on the button, try and pass Jake Scarborough this time through. He'll have a bigger run on Jake. He's going to go to the inside, but he might end up getting boxed in by Darius McGill. Darius McGill's going to try and cover off the inside. Matthew Stotts wrecks himself and Jake Scarborough. Jake Scarborough off into the gravel. He tried to clear Jake Scarborough and go high, but he wasn't. He wasn't clear. Oh, and he's going to have to let Jake Scarborough back 3 as a safety car, a full safety car. Gabe Cazzola speeding in the pit lane, 5-second time penalty. That is a wild move from Matthew Stotts, as I'm not sure what the plan was. Just a awful clear from Matthew Stotts has given himself and Jake Scarborough damage, as a full safety car is out. Tim Olson has a drive-through penalty. Wow, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what put Julian back there. He had a drive-through penalty on the start. Okay. But yeah, that is just an interesting move from Matthew Stotts. I'm not sure what the plan there was. Gabe Cazzola speeding in the pit lane. Julian Lozano has a contact penalty. Jake Scarborough gets back by Matthew Stotts. Not sure what that was about. As you can see, Jake Scarborough has no wing from that incident. Just a wild clear. I'm not sure what the plan was there. I think the safety car is glitched out and they have to keep on passing each other. So both come into the pit lane here. Obviously going to have to both fix their wings. Ethan Fonseca stays out. Meanwhile, Braden Sisko, Darius McGill, Jake Scarborough, Matthew Stotts, Hunter Smith, all pit. Same with Tim Olson. Tim Olson, a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, just piling on. I'm not turning on TTS. Be quiet. Tim Olson. Hopefully that... No, he's going to have to do a drive-thru under green. Yeah, so he's kind of screwed. I don't think it served his speeding penalties, so that's salt into the wounds, as Julian Lozano will also pit. Donald Stern stays out. Julian Lozano, a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pits. That's about 3 of those already. 3 or 4. Donald Stern's going to come out ahead of his Aston Martin teammate, Hunter Smith. Don't call me a tyrant for not turning on TTS on a broadcast, as all of these guys are going to try and go to the end now. Everybody but Donald Stern and Ethan Fonseca are electing to try and see if they can stretch to the end. Braden Sisko has jumped Jake Scarborough now because of that wing damage. It doesn't look like Matthew Stotts had any wing damage. Got off very lucky. He still might have side pod damage, but at least he didn't lose any time in the pits. Just questionable driving from Matthew Stotts there. Very, very odd move. So we'll wait for the field to bunch up here. Gabe Cazzola goes back onto mediums. Odd. 25 laps he would have to go. Not sure if he could stretch it that far, considering he spins out about every 3 laps. Andrew Davis onto the back of Jurg. This saves Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. Fortunately got wrecked on the first lap by Matthew Stotts, who is seeming to have a kill count this race. As Tim Olson gonna serve that penalty as Donald Stern gets a speeding penalty. What is going on here? I don't understand, as Donald Stern will relinquish P6 and he'll probably fall back to about P9? I'm not sure. Where is Fidel? Yeah, he'll fall back to... No, he'll stay ahead of Tim, so P8, depending on where Fidel comes out here. What are you... Shut the hell up, Jamie. Julian Zano clearly pushing the pace to see if he can get out ahead of at least Tim Olson, which I'm sure he will. They're going to be very close, though. Yeah, he will. So he'll take over P9. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. 1 position out of the points. Tim Olson on softs. That's a decision. Not sure if Gabe will be able to get up here. I think he will. I think we will end up being green this lap. Why am I cussing? Be quiet. You are annoying. But, as you can see, Ethan Fonseca, only person on old tires. Oh, Darius McGill almost takes off his wing. That was really close. Not sure what the plan there was. Darius McGill will hope to jump Ethan Fonseca here on the restart. Just get by really quickly. This Gabe will be here by the end of the lap. Not sure if we'll still end up going. Yeah, you know, NHRL, real professional. So I need to plug my laptop in before it dies so I can still read comments. Ugh. So where are we gonna go? Still has not told me. I doubt it. Yeah, no. Ethan's right on the back of the pace car. No way we're going this time. So we'll go 1 more lap. Go green on lap 10. Or 9 coming to 10. Whatever you want to call it. Whisper challenge. Shut the hell up. As Ethan Fonseca is gonna be... Oh boy, alright. Ethan Fonseca brings it down pit road along with Gabe Cazzola and Tim Olson. So he's gonna have to go 11th to 1st on these hard tires. He will have newer hards. I don't think it'll really matter. Actually, it's not gonna be 11th to 1st. It is still gonna be last to 1st. So he might have... Did he damage his... I'm not sure what he did, because I don't see how he would have been able to come out. He must have damaged his wing when I wasn't paying attention. That's odd, but Darius McGill will take over the lead. Second time he's led today. Matthew Stotts, known murderer of the race, will... Whisper challenge and moaning okay. Matthew Stotts, known murderer, P2. Braden Sisko on the podium. 2 Red Bull... Actually, that's a Ferrari. I'm not sure what happened there. Braden Sisko is on Congo Line Esports for this. I want to make that very clear. Very proud of him for how he has competed so far, from last to 3rd. And honestly, I think he really does have the pace to even get up there for the lead. It's just how fast and can Ethan Fonseca drive through the field without damaging his race cars. I think we will 100% go green this lap. Don't see any way we can't. Gabe swapping the positions. Not sure what's going on there. Donald and... I'm not sure if that... I think that Julian penalty is collision with Hunter Smith. So I don't think that's going to be, if he pits again, will affect him. The Donald Stern penalty is speeding. Tim will have to serve a drive-through. I don't think Tim can serve it this lap. I think he'll have to serve it next lap. Can't serve it when coming to green. You'll have to serve it after 1 full lap of racing. So we won't see Tim on pits this lap. Meanwhile, Darius McGill bunching up the field, going to try and get a better restart than Matthew Stotts as he goes. Caught Matthew Stotts completely lacking. already 6/10 clear. Matthew Stotts. Oh, where did my HUD go? There it is. Alright, Matthew Stotts was on the button. You can see that. Down to 80% as the entire field comes through. We'll see if anybody's making a pass. Ethan already to the inside of Andrew. I think Andrew probably let him by. Andrew is known to be very passive, letting people by all the time. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer also up to, yeah, I'm sure he let Jurg and Ethan there through. So, button, bro, leave me alone. Ethan off into the gravel. He's going to let Andrew back through as he'll try and send it up the inside. Easily going to clear and just say my corner. Even it was going to push him out of the way, I assume. So Jonathan Jurgensmeyer might have side pod damage. Just doesn't look like he has the pace. He usually would be right up to Julian and Donald by now. As top three under a blanket here. Jake Scarborough also not too far behind. Trying to check out on Hunter Smith like they did last time. It's Matthew Stotts all over the back of Darius McGill. He knows that if he wants to win this race, he's going to have to go now. Everybody you see is going to be on these hard tires. No, not going to end up pitting again. Jake Scarborough gets around Braden Sisko for P3. As we'll see Matthew Stotts on the button. Darius McGill not. Matthew going to try and pass a car without hitting him this time. He's going to easily get clear before the first corner. Darius will slot back in second. Tim Olson with a 5-second penalty serving his drive-through. What's going on, buddy? Ethan Fonseca around Jurgensmeyer before first corner. He'll try and chase down Donald Stern now. I'm sure Donald will end up letting him by. He's back up front. Matthew Stotts has made a mistake. Darius McGill is going to catch right back up before the hairpin. Not going to be close enough to make a move. Jake Scarborough is close up the gearbox. Braden Sisko losing Jake Scarborough just a bit. Falling back into the clutches of Hunter Smith. Meanwhile, Ethan already almost up to Donald Stern. Massive pace from the Mexican. Just trying to chase down Donald and then get after him. Just get back to the front. Really weird pit strategy there. I'm not really sure what was going through Ethan's head as he did that. As Matthew Stotts down in the chicane. Just needs to try and check out like Ethan did before that safety car. He's a Mexican. Well, he's Mexican. What? Like, okay. Meanwhile, Matthew Stotts is going to be in the DRS range of Darludo. Thankfully, I don't think it is on for another lap yet, so you won't have to worry about that. But Jake Scarborough going to be on the button, even though Darius is trying to avoid having that happen. He's got massive ERS left. Not sure why he's not using it to defend. Jake Scarborough going to get fully alongside, try and make the pass into turn one. Easily going to clear. Darius will probably just let him through. As Ethan, now up to the back of Fidel, has gone by Donald Stern while all that was happening. Then he'll be right next to the top five. Hunter Smith staying a little bit closer to these guys this time. Probably helps that he doesn't have... Probably helps that Ethan isn't training these guys, not letting them just feed off of his pace. As Matthew has pulled out of the DRS of Jake Scarborough. Jake Scarborough, no ERS remaining. Absolutely none. Darius has almost a full battery left. Just... You aren't... Be quiet, Jamie. As Jake is trying to pull away from Darius now. Darius uses a bit off of that corner. Had a really bad exit. Hunter Smith to the back of Braden Sisko. Trying to pressure him. His brain goes really wide through the exit of the chicane. Ethan Fonseca to the back of Fidel Fabian. Going to try and make the move into the first left-hander. Fidel, is he going to block to the left? He is. Ethan going to have to try and go around the outside. This would be a fantastic pass. He does. Easy pass around the outside. Fantastic move by Ethan Fonseca. Now here's where the real fight begins. So I'll have to get around Hunter Smith, then Braden Sisko, and then Darius McGill, who's making a pass on Jake Scarborough. Back around Jake with that DRS. That'll pull him back into the DRS of Matthew Stotts. Going to let him train him. As Jurgensmeyer, Andrew, and Gabe have all got around Donald Stern. Donald not having a great time so far today. He's actually alongside with Andrew Davis. He'll battle him down into the turn 4, I'm pretty sure. I think I called it turn 3 either. Oh, a little bit of contact. Donald tried to turn in a little bit. Andrew wasn't having any of it. Easy pass from Andrew. Back up here, Darius McGill trying to claw his way back into the DRS of Matthew Stotts. As Hunter Smith has gone around Braden Sisko while all this is going on, but he's also lost track of Jake Scarborough, which this is not going to do any favors for Ethan Fonseca. So he was hoping that they could all stay together and he could just DRS their way by each and every one of them, as he doesn't have much battery left. About the same amount of battery as Braden and Hunter. As Jake Scarborough has gotten the first 3-second time penalty of the race, 13 laps in. That is wild, as Ethan might have been left by his team. Remember, these two are teammates. Braden had to join the lobby late, and Tim was already in the Ferrari, so those are teammates right there. That was probably team orders from Ethan Fonseca to Braden. Let him by, get him in front of him, try and chase down Matthew Stotts, the leader. As Darius McGill was able to stay in the DRS, going to pull up to 6/10 back from 9. Not a lot, but still going to help him through this lap, as Matthew Stotts has shown that he has really, really good pace, just trying to get out of that DRS. If he can, that's going to be great, as Ethan's going to get around Hunter before the turn 4. That's a great move for him. Now he's about 3 seconds back from Jake. Just got to get 2 seconds, and then he'll be in DRS range. Braden Cisco also going to go around Hunter Smith up to P5 again. Out of the top 5 for a second there, but already back in. It's Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. Not close to Ethan, but has tried to keep a little bit of, like, I don't know, trying to chase him down, I guess. I don't really know what I was going there. But he is chasing down Hunter Smith now, as, again, got wrecked on lap 1 by Matthew Stotts, who pushed him off into the grass. Just not a great situation. He's also pulling along Fidel Fabian while he's doing this. Fidel, not a great start to the season, had some trouble in Bahrain, a little bit of a wreck there that he might have caused. Australia was alright, solid race from him, but hoping to get himself into the top 5 here, as this will pull him up to Braden and Hunter, as long as he stays in the DRS here, which he will. So meanwhile, Ethan has cut the lead down to, or not cut the lead down, but cut the battle, or cut 3rd place down to 2.7, as it's falling back now, as Jake has DRS back up to 3 seconds, as Hunter gets back around Braden Cisco. Jurgensmeyer going to pull up to Braden's back end. Braden, no ERS left. Not enough to come back on Hunter Smith. I'm lip smacking? I don't even notice it. Braden Cisco, good run off that corner as Hunter had a bad exit. Gonna pin him onto that curb, try and go around the outside as this pulled Jurg right up to the back. Jurgensmeyer just gonna look at this for a second. Nowhere to really pass. He'll probably try and follow through Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith, bad entry into that corner. Braden's gonna go really wide onto the button, not gonna be able to get by. Braden Cisco, solid pass around the outside for P5. Great battle from these 3 so far. It's down through the chicane. Braden Cisco, plenty of room to easily go through here. As Fidel Fabian has, actually he stayed pretty well behind Jurgensmeyer. He's let Jurg pull him up to these 2. Really good from Fidel. I'm proud of him. Good for him. As Gabe Cazzola somehow in 9th. I don't know how that happened. Hopefully Andrew knocks him down to P12 here. Him and Donald. As Fidel will have DRS, but Jurgensmeyer on the button. DRS going to try and get around Braden and Hunter. Put him 3 wide. Splits Braden Cisco and then try to get a run to P5. He will get by Hunter Smith. Good pass from Jurgensmeyer there. 2-for-1 deal on the front straightaway. So now Hunter going to try and see if he can even stay with Jurgensmeyer. Jurgensmeyer will try and chase down Jake Scarborough, which Ethan Fonseca is having a real big problem trying to do. He just does not have the pace, it seems like, without DRS to catch these 2. Probably gonna need a safety car if he wants any chance of this. Darius McGill kind of stayed at about 8/10, has about the same amount of DRS or ERS as Matthew Stotts. About 16 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Just plenty of time to just chill here. Try and not let Ethan Fonseca catch any of these guys. So that would be the worst possible thing for these guys at this time. As Fidel Fabian still right behind. Oh man, that's going to cost him DRS, I'm pretty sure. Not what he wanted to have happen to him right before the detection zone. So I need water, that's what I really need. As he gets out of DRS, not great. Had Jurg pull him up there just to lose it right as Jurg got by both of them. As meanwhile, Braden Cisco back on the ERS. Yeah, I gotta get out of this camera, I'm sorry. Braden Cisco gonna try and go around the outside of Hunter Smith here. Not enough room. Gonna try and cut back on Hunter, who went a little bit wide. Not gonna happen. He's gonna try and go back inside. No room there either. Hunter, as long as he can stay straight through here, is going to keep the position. See if Braden Cisco tries to dive. If he does not, he'll stay right behind the Aston Martin. Braden gets a little bit of grass. Not sure what happened there, but he'll stay in behind Hunter Sniff, if you will. Just kind of riding behind him. Chilling, even. We're really to go. Braden Cisco, no ERS remaining. Hunter has about 33%. As meanwhile, I said Ethan wasn't gaining any. He's kind of gotten it a little bit up here. 2.5 is pretty solid. Just gonna have to see how much he loses on the front straightaway here. Gabe Kazola, second person to get a cutting penalty this race. See, him and Jake Scarborough both have 3 seconds of time penalties. Darius McGill letting the DRS do all the work for him. Gonna get up to about 3/10 here, I assume. But I don't think he'll, even closer than that, 2/10. Just chilling behind Matthew Stotts. Matthew can't break it. Just have to save the ERS. Try and save it all for the end. He actually has less than Darius McGill, who seems like he's struggling. I'm not sure if Tim knows that his button is in. Oh, we have had a car winner. That's Gabe Kazola, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Gabe has went around. Don't think that'll cause any VSCs or safety car. No, it will not. He'll get back going. Track is green again. Down to P11, out of the points. Donald Stern out of the points now. Unfortunately, I'll have to clear him. It's Hunter Smith tried a weird dive as Braden Cisco was lagged out of the session. That is about the most unfortunate thing I could have seen. Hunter's now just going to be able to go right on through the Ghost AI. Yep. Wow, that's unfortunate. Braden Cisco ran a great race up to this point as Fabian Oso has caught back up to these two while they were battling. As long as he's going to be able to go right on through Braden Cisco. So, Braden's going to lose 2 positions because of that lag out. Going to drop him down to P8. Never mind, Fidel Fabian goes wide. Bad braking into the penultimate corner. He'll fall back to P9. Andrew Davis is up here. Wow, okay. He lost a lot more time than I thought he did there. He lost about 3 seconds as Andrew Davis will also pass him as Fidel makes the pass back. Thanks to DRS assist, the assist from DRS, he'll get back up P8 and get through the AI eventually of Braden Cisco. Ethan Fonseca's got the gap down to 2 seconds as Jake Scarborough struggling to stay in the DRS range of the leaders. It's about half a tenth off of it right now. Gonna have to try and push really hard through this section. Has until the exit of the chicane to get back into it. Braden Cisco loses 2 more positions there. He's got to get back in this lobby really quickly or else he's just going to be a sitting duck. Still hasn't gotten back in. I'm sure he needs an invite. Assuming somebody would send him one. Someone like Tim or something. I don't know why we're on Tim. I thought it was on Ethan. Ethan, unfortunately, back to 2.5. Jurgensmeyer has put himself back into the top 5 after all the tomfoolery that has happened to him this race. Jake Scarborough was able to get back in the DRS. Not sure how much it'll help him, though, because Darius is going to pull really far away. He's going to have to try and... Yep, he's got all the DRS used. Oh, it's not looking good for Jake right now. He's going to have to try and keep that 10th.5 gap he has to the DRS. Ethan Fonseca, 2.6 behind. Just really, really struggling with this DRS trading. As Andrew and Fidel battling. They pull away from Braden Cisco, who's eventually going to get caught by Donald Stern and then Gabe Kazola. Braden got back in, but immediately lagged back out, probably having internet problems. Very unfortunate for Mr. Wadey. As Andrew, not a great switchback through those corners. I don't really know what to call those besides their actual, Jesus. But Fidel P8 isn't able to make the pass back on Andrew, so he'll look to the inside for a second, nowhere to go. Jake Scarborough, meanwhile, has to have a good chicane if he wants back in the ERS. He's not going to have it, so he's going to lose ERS, and that's going to immediately put him into the clutches of Ethan Fonseca, now that he doesn't have that crutch to lean on. As even Darius McGill is having a little bit of trouble staying with Matthew Stotts, down to 8.5 tenths. Thankfully, he'll have the pole, nobody behind him to even obstruct that, so he'll bring it down to 4, 3, maybe even 2 before the corner, 3/10 before the corner. As Ethan Fonseca 2 seconds behind Jake. The leader though, 4.1. Just I'm not sure how he's gonna end up doing this. He's just gonna really try and have to push after he gets by Jake. The DRS will help him, but not sure if it'll be enough. So even then, once he gets up to, even if he can, he's gonna have to get around Darius, who has saved up all of his battery. Not all of it, obviously, but a really good amount compared to Ethan and Matthew. And Ethan still has to use that to get around Jake probably and get up to those two. So I just don't think he's going to be able to pull this one off. Donald Sterner on the lagged out AI. Braden Sisko had ran such a good race up to this point. Going to be all for naught, as he's just going to slowly fall down the order. Sure, Julian will eventually catch him, but it won't be for a while. See if he can get back into the lobby and maybe race his way back up to 9th. Not sure if he won't be able to catch Fidel. But 9th still is in the cards if he can get back into the lobby quickly. Sturgensmeyer kind of in his own little bubble here. Nobody around him. Ethan gapped down to 1.5 to Scarborough. As these two. Matthew Stotts is now blinking. As this is looking like a Darius McGill win, honestly. Darius is just going to be able to pounce him on the last lap, and Stotts is going to have no fight, really. Doesn't have any ERS left. He's been trying to pull out of it, really. To pull out of the DRS and just can't. Just doesn't have the speed down the front straightaway. As Braden Sisko got back into the lobby, it's going to be a second before he's able to get back to his car. Still ghosted. Looks like Julian Lozano might be ghosted. No, he's not. He's still in the lobby. Everybody but Braden. Ethan trying to get in the DRS before the end of this lap. Jake Scarborough still blinking. I feel like he's been blinking this entire time. Ethan will be on DRS this lap as long as he can have a good chicane, which he will. He's going to go wide even to make sure he does. Yep, 7/10 easily in the DRS range. Hopefully, we'll be able to clear Jake Scarborough before turn 1 so he can continue trying to chase down Darius McGill and Matthew Stotts. Matthew almost had him that lap. Pulled it to 9.5 or 0.95. As now Darius will just reel him back in. Probably only going to be about 5/4 here this time around. Not going to be nearly as close as other times. Yeah, just barely into the 4s. Ethan Fonseca easily makes the pass before turn 1. Now the real chance. Oh, no. Oh, Jake Scarborough gets loose off the corner into the gravel. That's going to save Ethan Fonseca because he made a serious mistake. Got off into the grass. Was going to get passed back by Jake Scarborough, but Jake unfortunately makes a bigger one. Now, what that's going to do is pull Jurgensmeyer into a battle for P4. As now he's actually got Jake Scarborough based on the time penalties. He's within 3 seconds. And I doubt that gets removed considering we are on relax. So, looks like Jurg's got at least P4 locked up. If he can just stay within that 3 seconds. See how much ERS Jurg has. He's got 35 compared to Jake's 11. So, even then he'll have a little bit of battery to use. Darius McGill has had a better lap than last lap. He's 7/10, 8/10 now before the DRS. Or no, it's still 7. Before the DRS detection zone, as they're slowly catching Tim Olson, who will have to just pull over and let these two by. Yeah, he might honestly make a move this lap. He's 6/10. He would honestly easily be able to clear him if he got on the battery here. Just biding his time though, making it harder for Ethan Fonseca to even have a chance at catching them, as he'll close, but not enough. Gets on the sausage curve, gonna go into the grass. Oh, Darius McGill, Braden Sisko, you can tell he's back in the lobby because he's probably hustling for all he can get now. Trying to catch Gabe and Donald. And then pull that 3 seconds now. Actually, no, he won't have to pull that 3 seconds because Gabe and... yeah, they both have time penalties, so he's good on that. He'll have to clear what... yeah, no, he's good. He won't have to clear anything. Meanwhile, Ethan Fonseca has dropped it back to 5 seconds. Just probably wore those tires out trying to chase these two down. As meanwhile, Darius McGill's mistake through the second corner has cost him DRS, it looks like, as he's had to get on the battery, use about 10%, as we've had a car go around Gabe Cazzola again in the same corner. He's going to get it back going again. Going to be easily out of the way of the next car as Donald and Braden wheel-to-wheel racing. Braden got a little bit into Donald there as Donald pinned him as much as he could. But Braden easily going to get around Stern. He'll get on the saucer group. Zonal will try and make it back to the inside. Hunter Smith. Another 3-second time penalty as Tim has decided to come into the pit lane. He didn't have enough as Darius McGill has decided that it is go time. He has made the pass on Matthew Stotts. Remember, he had to use the ERS to get back into DRS, so he probably thought that it was time now. He's got the ERS. He'll try and keep Matthew Stotts behind. Matthew will try and conserve his ERS, try and make a pass back on Darius at some point. But I don't think Ethan will have enough time, even if these two start to battle. 5.5 seconds is a really big margin, as Gabe Cazzola has went around again in the chicane this time. Again, he'll easily get it back going, won't be a problem. Braden Sisko, seems like he made a mistake before the detection zone. Donald Stern got back around him. He'll have DRS, though. Easily clear Donald Stern. See if he can pull away from him now. As Hunter Smith, got to be careful that Andrew doesn't catch a second here. Meanwhile, Matthew Stotts, before the chicane, is going to get by Darius McGill. Maybe a little bit of strategy there from Darius, who knows he has more ERS than Matthew. Maybe trying to play some games here, as Ethan has cut a second down on this lap alone from the interval from second to third. So, oh man, as Gabe Cazzola I think went around again. Get this man off the racetrack. What is he doing? Wow. Okay. Anyway, yeah, he has retired the car on track though. So, I hope that doesn't cause a safety car or a VSC, as the leaders are going to come through. Darius has been put down to a second. I'm not sure if he had DRS that lap. Just paying attention to Gabe because all his dumbass. He's 1.2 though. Darius has to hustle. He's going to have to use ERS at some point. He's not. Yep, there it is. ERS on this straightaway. Matthew Stotts not on the button. As he'll pull back in just barely, but just by a couple thousandths. There's another car around. That's a Ferrari. That's Tim Olson, who's gone around. Gonna let Fidel by. Scary spin there. Could have been in the way of some of the leaders. Darius McGill had to go wide. Gonna get on the button here. Gonna be 8/10 back. Ethan Fonseca down to 3.8 seconds. He might have called it a little too soon. He still might be in this thing. As the farther back that Darius gets is gonna help Ethan if he can even get close enough to that second. Gonna help him reel Matthew Stotts in. So Darius gonna pull back in, probably about to 5/10, maybe a little bit over. Yep, gonna be about 6. Oh, just a bad turn 1. But Matthew's still blinking. Been blinking most of this run since that safety car. Used up a little bit too much ERS. Darius all over those sausage curbs. Gonna go off into the gravel. That is gonna be really bad. He's gonna have to use up most of his ERS to even get back into it now. See if he uses it on this straightaway. He does not. Yeah, Darius McGill, I'm not sure what happened there. Just looks like he used too much curb, turned in a little too early. He's not going to have DRS this lap. First since the start of the race that he hasn't had DRS than the end of the safety car. Ethan Fonseca down to 3.2 now. But that won't matter if Darius is a second and a half back. He's going to have to pull back into this DRS somehow, some way. Thankfully, he still has 30% ERS left. He'll be able to use it down this front straightaway. He knows Matthew doesn't have much left either. So at least they'd be on a level playing field at the very least. He's going to use up all of it here. No, only about 10%. Man, I'm not... He's got to know Matthew's going to use his up too. I mean, just not the right play, as we have had a car around us, Julian Lozano, in the hairpin. Got to get that back going very quickly so we don't have a VSC or a safety car. As Matthew Stotts. Again, Darius goes off into the gravel, just going a little bit too wide. Tim Olson into the pit lane again. There's a yellow flag for something. Oh, that's Tim retiring. That's why there's a yellow flag. Oh, Darius McGill, just too many mistakes here. I don't know why I can't switch off the mid-car. That's fantastic. Well, I guess we'll watch through here. Darius McGill kind of has cost himself this race. Got off in turn 5. I guess at what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, turn 5, got off on the exit there. Cost himself DRS and just hasn't been able to pull back into it. Ethan Fonseca, again, I think it's just going to be a little too late. About 5 seconds back. Been like that. Just maybe the DRS helps him if he catches Darius in time. I don't think it will, though. Brandon Sisko has pulled plenty clear of Donald Stern for that penalty to even matter. Unless Donald gets or no, that was speeding, so he can't get it removed. Donald will still end up getting points, though. Andrew has the gap down to 3.5. Gonna try and pull a little bit more. Try and get within that 3-second bracket. Try and jump Hunter Smith here. So, Hunter kind of just rolled around in 6th after Braden Sisko unfortunately lagged out. Hasn't had much of a battle since then. Jurgensmeyer, same with him. He got by everyone that he qualified ahead of, and again hasn't seen a battle since then. Fortunately got wrecked on or I guess Jake Scarborough was ahead of him, but fortunately got wrecked on the first lap. Probably gave him a little bit of underbody damage, maybe some side pod damage. Just hasn't been his way. Now I have a phone call. Alright, well, you'll go on board with Matthew. I'll take this. Alright, small phone call. Now we're down to 3 to go as a Haas just went off the track. That's Fidel Fabian. Mike is 100% going to give Braden Sisko. Oh, God, thank God he didn't unghost there. That was scary. Braden Sisko going to go up to P8, but he's going to have to pull a 1.5 seconds. Fidel might have dirty enough tires to where that's going to happen. Meanwhile, Donald Stern is pit for sauce. Going to try and take away fastest lap from a 1:17.8 from Darius McGill. Meanwhile, Darius McGill has got it under 2 seconds, trying to use up all of his ERS now. Matthew, now that he hasn't had to defend, he's got his ERS back up to 30%. Unfortunately, Darius McGill, I think, has kind of screwed himself. I don't think kinda has 100% screwed himself over as Ferrari has made a mistake? No, that's Donald Stern coming back on, letting Ethan by. Yeah, no, just not gonna matter really at the end here. Ethan has cut it by a 0.5 seconds, but again, just not enough time left in this race. Screwed himself with that strategy, didn't get through the field quick enough at all. Just been from behind the ball game since the safety car really just didn't pit. Not sure if he was already by the pit lane when it came out, or no, he wasn't, because everybody was, so it just misread the strategy, I guess, and now he's barely going to get onto the podium. He has a ghosted Donald Stern, who is going to try and use his DRS to help him on his hot lap here. Donald riding him. Oh, wow. That's a sentence. Yeah, Donald's going to go straight through him as Ethan Fonseca makes a huge mistake off that final corner. Probably doesn't help he had a ghosted car inside of him. Probably not very happy with Donald right about now. Donald, of course, going to even catch Darius McGill. He's going to try and... Wow. Wow. Okay. Oh, and Darius McGill probably wasn't very happy with him either, as that made him make a huge mistake. And now Ethan's in the DRS of Darius McGill. Donald Stern screwing the leaders up here. Hopefully he doesn't do that to our leader on the final lap here, Matthew Stotts, as he tries to take the fastest lap away. Darius McGill now under pressure from Ethan Fonseca. I don't think it'll really matter. He's going to have to get a lot closer than that to make a move into the final two corners. Donald Stern 100% will have fastest lap here. I don't see any way that he doesn't. Gonna get an extra point onto his day. As Ethan's gonna come through the chicane. Huge run. No, he's gonna spin out. Oh, that's gonna cost him a podium position. Jake Scarborough's gonna come through. Ethan's gotta get back on it. He can still try and... No, he's not gonna be close enough. It's gonna be over 3 seconds. Ethan Fonseca spins in the chicane and is gonna cost himself a podium position. Meanwhile, Matthew Stotts dominates the second half of this race, wins the Imola Grand Prix. Darius McGill takes home P2, and Jake Scarborough steals a podium position on the final lap. As Ethan Fonseca is around again in the gravel, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer might steal P4. He's 100% gonna steal P4 as he ghosts through Ethan Fonseca. Jurgensmeyer gets another position. Ethan Fonseca loses 2 positions there at the end as Andrew Davis is gonna get by Hunter Smith for P6 at the line. Gets within 3 seconds, steals P6. Wow, Ethan driving really hard to get P2, costs himself 2 positions. Jake Scarborough gets on the podium there. Gonna get himself an interview. Meanwhile, Braden Sisko, really disappointing finish from him after lagging out. He's gonna come home P8. And Fidel Fabian spun in those final few laps. Gonna end up P9. Donald Stern, who did indeed take the fastest lap away from Darius McGill by about a second, is going to bring it home P10. He'll get 2 points, even though he finished P10. As now we'll have to get our podium finishers in. Just incredible. Matthew Stotts is already here. He needs that interview. He wants it. Let's make sure Darius and Jake both know that they have to get into the party.
Nah, yeah, I told Darius for you.
Thank you, sweetie. Let's make sure Jake knows. He knows already? Like 100%.
Darius does. Darius does, yes. I was in a party with him.
Alright.
He went to check to see what happened at the beginning of the...
Yeah. Alright, there we go.
Oh.
Alright, well, already went through the rundown. Unfortunately, Julian brings it on P11. Wrecked out at the end. Tim Olsen P12. DNF in the pit lane. And Gabe Gazzola low. Nah, that's... Alright, how do we have 5 people in here? Oh, because it was still... Let me kick Gabe out of the party. Oh. We'll start with our third place finisher, Jake Scarborough. Jake, you showed a surprising pace, honestly. You were able to stay up there for most of the race until you eventually fell out of the DRS train there. Drifted back a little bit. What happened there when Ethan got around you? I saw you make a little bit of a mistake. Can you take us through that?
Well, I guess it's, easy to fall off and, not have as much pace as you do when the start happens because you get a bit of wing damage from a lagging car ahead of you. So, just annoying. But there were a lot of dumb mistakes I made, little tic-tacky ones, but, can't help it when you've got damage, I guess.
Still a solid race. What were your thoughts there on that final lap when you saw Ethan Fonseca around in front of you?
I just looked at it as a podium I should have already been in fighting for, but I guess I can be satisfied with third, but felt like it should have been more than that.
All right. Well, congrats on your podium, Jake. Happy for you. First one of the season. Now we'll go to Darius McGill. Darius, really, really quick this race from you all around. Take us through that little bit of a mistake you had where you lost the DRS of Matthew Stotts. What happened there?
Two words, yellow curbs.
Yeah.
Uh, I was just trying to sit comfortably in the DRS, just charge up because I saw he was flashing, and then probably like two or three to go, I was just, going to send all the missiles at him, but he did a great job, not making any mistakes. Jake did too. I don't know if on the front straightaway I crashed him or not. I wasn't sure, but yeah, I mean he did a great job too to get a
Oh yeah, I
podium
forgot you
out of.
two made a little bit of contact there. Yeah. Um, don't really have much for you. I know Donald stole fast slap there from you on the last lap. That's about it though. You ran a great race. Congrats on your P2. All right.
Thank you.
And then Matthew Stotts. We'll have a couple of questions to ask you. First off, we'll go with the first lap incident. Yeah, what happened there with you and Jurgensmeyer? I saw you kind of run him off into the grass. Take us through your POV.
If I'm gonna keep it a buck, I got distracted. I looked to my right to just take a glance at the SRX race, and then I looked back over and saw I was putting him in the grass. So I went back over to try to get him room, but then I saw Darius was to my right, and then I got scared. I tried to back out of it, and I guess I think I already messed up Jarek to where he was kind of like spinning and then spun into me because of me. So that's what happened there. One of many incidents I've had today.
All right. Well, go through the next one where you were trying to slice and dice Jake Scarborough there and Darius McGill. Take us through that one. That was a wild one.
Okay, so Darius, with all due respect, that man was slow. He was on sauce. We had some mediums that were moving, like we did. I also saw Jake had burnt up his ERS, so I thought that was my chance to try to get a 2-for-1 type deal. I thought I was going to clear Jake, and then I saw Darius and move down, and it was really just a misjudgment on my part. I was really wanting to clear him so I could make that move, and I thought I was going to be able to pull it off. Ended up not. Gave the man front wing damage. Pissed him off probably. Pissed myself off because I don't know what the hell I had coming next, to be fair. So I don't know, man. Just not the smartest of driving on my part. It really not what I'm usually. Usually I'm the one spinning myself out, but this time it was me taking others out.
Well, regardless of that, still another second half race domination for Matthew Stotts, a reoccurring theme. Did the same thing at Bahrain. Congrats on your second win of the season.
Thank you.
All right, and that'll be it for the third event of the NHRL F1 season. I think the next thing I'm commentating will be Sunday, or no, I think it'll be Monday night again, the Adrenaline World Championship. So check that out on the Burning Rubber Podcast YouTube channel. And that is all. Signing out, Travis Van Ostendorp. See you next week.